I'm going to start with showing you this hydrangea. This is it paniculata? These ones, I think, the cone-shaped ones, and it's called Pinky Winky. And I almost got rid of this actually because I started to think that I didn't like hydrangeas anymore, or I didn't want them because they look too cultivated, and I want that forest garden look. And then I sort of thought hydrangeas wouldn't fit in with that, but now I'm thinking differently because this is incredibly beautiful. I actually like it when it's this green, this really fresh green colour. I love that. It does start to turn pink, hence the name Pinky Winky, and you can see on this one, you can see it turning there, can't you? It's quite nice when it sort of has that sort of two-tony look. But yeah, my favourite stage is when it's green. I do really like the green hydrangeas. So actually I do think that hydrangeas can work well in a forest garden sort of style. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't get rid of it. I hope it gets bigger because I'd really like it to fill out this space. And I don't think I've pruned it correctly so far, so I'm gonna have to try and do better with that. But yeah, so this border, I haven't made much progress with it since the last video, unfortunately, because I've just been so busy. So this is in part shade, this area, so it's in sun now because it's the morning, but from like midday it will be in shade for the rest of the day. So you can see I put some cardboard down to sort of kill the grass, and I'm going to put some wood chip there, and I've planted a few foxgloves there. So those are my foxglove, the Dalmatian peach foxgloves that I grew from seed. I've planted down there. I've still got more to prick out that have been sat in that tray for like months over there. So yeah, it's going to be things like hydrangeas, ferns, foxgloves, things like that. Currant, which is not really doing anything. I can't see any fruit on it. I actually moved this. It was a bit of a rescue mission because it was in the raspberry bed getting swamped. And so I dug it up and I just put it in this pot temporarily until I kind of decide whereabouts it's going to go. Those foxgloves that are yet to be pricked out. Pond's doing really well actually. Lemon's very happy, you'll be pleased to know. Hi Lemon. Let me turn the bubbles on because Lemon loves the bubbles. There we go. This middle bit of the garden might be my favourite at the moment. It's got my apple tree. This is a sunset apple in the middle. And I do really think that apple trees and pear trees are so beautiful, and especially when they're bearing fruit. This is still a really young tree. And I've thinned out the fruit. It looks like I should have thinned it out a little bit more. But yeah, it's looking gorgeous at the moment. And under that I planted, I've got some of these, it's a bit of a mishmash actually, because I've got those, I can't remember the proper name, they're lungwort, pulmonaria, that's it. Those are sort of there and they flower in the early spring. And then I planted some perennial yarrow, which apparently is a good companion plant for fruit trees. So yeah, that's doing well. And then I planted a few annuals, well, sowed a few annual seeds, just directly sowed them as well. So we've got California poppy, which is gorgeous. Love that. And I think the poppies look really nice next to the borage as well. The blue and orange is really nice contrast, isn't it? So yeah, I think I showed you the borage in last month's video, but I just really like it. Love that blue. So yeah, quite a bright mix of colours here, but I really like it. Also got a few cornflowers. That's a pink one. Anything else? Yeah, I think that's it for now, but yeah, I really love this little middle area at the moment. So I'm going to extend this and have even more flowers next year. Border is looking a real hot mess. yeah, there's some really nice plants here, but yeah, it's a bit crowded and not well maintained. So my Helianthus lemon queen, that's a perennial sunflower, that's coming up nicely, and that usually flowers sort of September time. And I've got another apple tree here. This is the Appletini tree, which I've had for like 2 or 3 years now, but it hasn't borne any fruit, and I'm not sure why. I think it is meant to be self-fertile, and we did get a few blossom, but no fruit at the moment, so hopefully we will one day. Next to that I've got butterflies. There's loads of butterflies around. July is the month of butterflies, apparently. Got some Rudbeckia marmalade there. And then I've got these, which I planted, Persicaria, these are. I bought these as bare root plants from Farmer Gracie. I'm not actually sure if I like them, you know. They look a bit weedy. And the flowers tend to like go brown and go over really quickly. So I don't know. I think I wish I'd bought a different type of Persicaria, actually. It is spreading now and filling out that area, which I guess is good. And climbing up there is my Virginia creeper, which is going to look absolutely spectacular in the autumn. Can't wait to show you that. I've got some sedums. Love my sedums. Not quite in flower yet, but budding up. Yeah. There's more of that Virginia creeper. It's really spread this year. It's really covered a lot of this wall, which is fantastic. And here I've got geraniums. I've had a little second flush with my geraniums, actually. So this is geranium Brookside. Really beautiful blue. And I've got this pink geranium which is next to it, which I don't know the name of. I've got a few of these, and they self-seed a lot, these ones, but what I don't like about this one is it's sprawled out quite far. Like, it's just a bit awkward. So I prefer the Brookside variety in terms of like the habit, and yeah, I mean, they are lovely, aren't they? I've really come to value these like small sort of mounding type of plants. I think when you first get into gardening, you think, oh, I just want all the big showy blooms like roses and stuff, and then you realise you need things to like fill in the gaps as well. So yeah, this is quite a nice combination with the sedum and the geranium. There's some Nigella seed heads there. I've really been quite good at cutting back the Nigella so that they don't spread too much, because they've just been spreading too much the last couple of years. And I'm swamping out other plants. My verbena, which I showed you in last month's video, that's still going strong. Absolutely amazing plant. I would really like this border to have more of this. I think what I'm going to go for is more of this verbena, which is like tall and kind of see-through, and sedums and geraniums sort of around the bottom. Maybe a few little Rudbeckias and things, low-growing plants. I think that's going to work better in this area. And my roses, I really don't know what's happening with the roses. I'm really sorry if you came here hoping to see roses. They had a really good flush, and then they just haven't really done much since then. And I don't know why. I've sort of deadheaded them. I fed them, and I don't know if it's what I fed them with that has caused a problem. So I really don't know. I'm hoping I'll get another flush, maybe later in the summer. So that's a bit disappointing. Yeah. Anyway, down here I've got some Rudbeckia. This is a strawberry bed, and it's been overtaken by calendula, which I actually think I regret planting now, because they've just taken over, and I actually don't really like this colour mix, I'll be honest. I think it was a mix called Playtime mix, and I wish I'd gone for something like Snow Maiden. Was it Snow Maiden? Something like that. Over here are my dahlias. So yeah, this is my favourite dahlia ever. This is Evannah. And unfortunately, I don't know if it's because of the rain, they look really tatty at the moment. which is a shame. They are my absolute favourite, and I've put videos of these on before, so if you want to see what they look like when they're in better condition, have a look through my videos. They're a beautiful cut flower, very water lily like. Yeah, it's just a shame they look so tatty and eaten. It's obviously insect damage, but I don't know if the rain has sort of contributed to that as well. And next to that we've got another dahlia called, this is Mary's Jomanda, which is definitely one of my favourites, and this is actually quite a few years old now. It's like a lovely magenta ball variety, really good for cutting. And above that I've got my sunflowers. This is Helianthus Lemon Queen. Yeah, really pleased with the sunflowers. These ones are sort of going over now, but it looks like there's more. There's quite a few buds, so there'll be more on the way. And next to that is this crazy squash bed, which I've got this so wrong. It's my first time growing squash, as you can probably tell. And they've sort of trailed outwards and gone all the way over there and sort of climbed over the raspberries. Yeah, I've obviously done this completely wrong. So yeah, I'll update you on that when maybe it looks better, or maybe I've got some squash to show you. And I've still got tomato plants in between, sort of huddled in between. I think that's the Sungold variety. I've got loads of tomato plants this year, which I've just got way too many. I've got courgette. That's courgette pick and pick, which I'm actually quite disappointed with. Maybe I'm not picking them at the right stage, but I just found they haven't got a huge amount of flavour to them. So, I do like courgettes, but I'm not that bothered for this variety, I'm afraid. And then I've also got my chilies, and I can show you the vampire chili. I've got quite a few of these, again way too many. So that has got quite a few chilies on it now, can you see? They are black, and when they ripen they turn blood red apparently. So yeah, they're looking pretty good. I think what's happened is this year, because it's my first year having my greenhouse, although I have made this mistake in previous years when I didn't have a greenhouse, I've gotten a bit too overexcited and sowed way too many seeds, and I've managed to offload and sell a few, but I've still got too many, and that's why some of the chilies are outside, because I'm just a bit worried about them being too squashed in a greenhouse, and I don't want things like disease to spread, so I'm trying to space them out. So I'll go in the greenhouse, and I've got a pepper, that's Lemon Dream. This is a melon, and I think that's forget-me-not seedlings around it. So I need to move those, don't I? Yeah, so I've got a melon. I've got some dahlias down there, which I grew from seed, which I need to put into pots, bigger pots. Chilies. This is Orange Wonder. Got quite a few on it. And I've got this one, I think I told you about this one last time. This is the Numex Pumpkin Spice. So they will turn orange and apparently have a pumpkin flavour. So yeah, really looking forward to trying those. Got more tomatoes. This is Sungold. Yeah, I have started harvesting some of these actually now. And they are very nice. Definitely recommend Sungold. Cherry tomatoes. I've got my cucumber, which doesn't look very healthy. However, it's still pumping out cucumbers. So that's great. We're really enjoying the cucumbers. And what else have I got? So more vampire chilies. Again, I don't need this many. I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. But yeah, they're just nice to look at. Yeah, so that's what's happening in the greenhouse. front of my garden is actually looking pretty shocking, I'll be honest, not in a good way. So I'm only going to show you a little bit, but I do have this lovely hollyhock here, and this is Hollyhock Carnival, which is, I think, one self-seeded from last year, so I quite like that. I know hollyhocks can look a bit weedy sometimes, can't they, but I am quite fond of them. I think it looks nice against this wall. And over here I've got this fern which is a bit oddly placed. I might move that actually. And my black lace elder, which I showed you in the last video, and it's got even taller since then. It's now taller than me, so I'm actually quite amazed at how big this has got in just one. Yeah, I planted it last autumn and I can't believe how big it's got. I mean, I'm thrilled with it. Yeah, it had some lovely flowers, and to begin with, it only sort of grew around the bottom, and now it's just got these few stems that are growing up really tall. It's lovely. I really like it, and a few people have commented on it. And next to that, I've got an agapanthus, which is just starting to open up, and some more of the black knight scabious, which I've sort of decided that I think this is their last year with me. Again, these came back from last year. They're really good for cutting, but I don't think they really work that well in the garden because, as I said in my last video, they really need staking. Over here, this is the new rose that I bought. It's a climbing rose. It's been very slow to grow, and I think part of that is because of the shade. It's in a bit of a shady spot here, and it had some really tall foxgloves behind it, so I think the foxgloves were just casting a bit too much shade. But my plan is to put an arch as it goes. It's next to the path, so I want to put an arch in so for it to climb over the path. And it was called, I think it's Summer Wine actually. I did get a couple of flowers on it, which were very pretty, but really it's not done much for the first year. Like I said earlier, I haven't had many more roses since the first flush. However, this lark ascending, I've had a few more on this one, so I thought I'd show you. It is gorgeous. And there's some buds over there. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some more. This Cobea scandens is looking really, really beautiful in the evening sun. This is actually the first time I've grown the violet coloured ones. I've grown the white ones before. But yeah, I actually really like these. It's just a shame that I haven't given it a bigger frame. I feel quite bad because it's only got a few quite short bamboo canes, but I'll try and do better next year.